Hey, how's everyone doing there tonight? This is Undead Nightmare 24, back with a video. Hope everyone's doing well and staying safe out there. It's going to be a review for a slasher film for Joe the Horror Man Slashback Saturday. Want to send a shout out to Joe the Horror Man. If you have not subbed to him, please do. He has an awesome channel, and he created this awesome challenge every Saturday where we pick a slasher film of a certain topic. And the topic for this Saturday is going to be SOV slasher film, and that stands for shot on video slasher films. So I don't own too many of them, but I did find one in the collection. So my choice for this Saturday is going to be 1984's Satan's Blade, and this is directed by Al Scott Castillo. I couldn't find too much on him. He's worked on a couple of films, but I think this is like the pretty much the only one he's directed. And this was kind of odd. I usually mention cast members or actors, and these actors, they must have been not really well known because I couldn't find nothing on them, on characters' names or anything like that. So I'm gonna keep it brief on the plot of this film, as I couldn't find too much information on the cast and characters in this film. So let's get to the plot of it. It's basically a slasher film. It starts off with two people robbing a bank and pretty much fleeing to the countryside, to this like cabin area to hide as they robbed a bank and stole money. As they get to this cabin, they start to turn on each other pretty much for the money. As this is happening, you have pretty much this one of the girls, the leaders, pretty much killing the other one so she could keep the money. And as this happens, her worries are she doesn't know what's coming for her, as there's a slasher in these woods, and he ends up killing her. And this area they picked is pretty much haunted by this killer who he lived in the mountains, and I guess he lived in that area and he was chased to the mountains. So he pretty much didn't let him come back, and he died there. And this evil spirit took place of him through the mountains. So his spirit comes back in some form to wreak havoc whoever stays in this mountaintop area or cabin, secluded area. And it's pretty much like a snowy backwoods slasher type of set. And so after that, as these are murdered, these other pretty much, I don't know if they're teenagers or young adults, they're coming through and they need a place to stay, so they end up renting this place. And the owners pretty much warn them that there's been a double murder there the night before. They still want to do it. They really don't believe the superstition of this man in the mountain, which they tell them about. So they end up taking the risk of staying here. As they stay here, all of them are pretty much picked off one by one in through this cabin by this killer, who's known to be the killer in the mountains. That's pretty much possessed by this evil spirit. Is it him or is it not, is the question. And yeah, it pretty much that's pretty much the plot of this film. They gotta survive and get help through this cabin as they're stranded there with this killer stalking them. And overall, I did really enjoy the setting of this film. It was a snowy area and the wilderness setting with a cabin. I really enjoyed that. Let's get to some important parts of the film as well. The killer was not that great to me, I'm gonna be honest, and the kills were kind of disappointing. They did have like you'd see the kills, but basically, well, actually, you wouldn't even see the kills. You'd see the aftermath of the kills, so they weren't shown on video. And it's pretty much the same. You have a knife just going through the victim, staying stuck there, which I don't know how he gets back out, because it shows him on a scene pretty much killing someone upstairs, but then when you go downstairs, the knife is still in the other victim. So I didn't get that, how he got the knife out and put it back in the victim. That was kind of odd too. This is very low budget. Like I said, shot on video slasher. The kills weren't impressive, and the killer was kind of a letdown to me too, I'm gonna be honest. There was a nightmare sequence in this film, which one of the girls is dreaming, where you have this like deformed killer coming through and just picking them all off in the same room, which I enjoyed. I really enjoyed that part, but overall it didn't carry on to the film. It was just pretty much a dream sequence or nightmare sequence, which was disappointing as well. The kills were, like I said, not very great, and the ending was, I thought, was a letdown as well. This is my opinion, guys. So overall, I'm gonna give this film about a 2 out of 5. It really didn't do it for me, honestly, and I can't see myself watching this film again. Can I recommend it? Not really. If you are a fan of these kind of, I'd say, like, shot on video, it's a lower budget film, which doesn't bother me, which I like lower budget films. But this one just disappoints. It doesn't show really kills or gore that much. You do see blood, but basically a letdown for me, in my opinion. So, yeah, this is 1984's Satan's Blade. I gave it a low rating of a 2 out of 5. And can't really recommend it, guys. So this is Undead Nightmare 24. Back with a Slashback Saturday review for Joe the Horror Man. Hope everyone's staying safe, well out there. Have a great weekend. Keep it horror. Peace.
It came from hell, bearing a curse as eternal as the devil himself, bringing with it a siege of madness, terror, and murder. Its horrible power can turn an innocent man into a tool of death and destruction. Beware. Beware the slash of Satan's blade.